On IMDb, Mark Papillion says Rise of the Planet of the Apes is the worst 2011 comedy. Few things to learn before assign a dubious 8 to 9 out of 10 about this absolute sci-fi mess. 1. Please buy some Apple computer. 2. When you experiment Alzheimer's disease on apes, please do not make any survey on your dad. Just shot him with ALZ 112. 3. Please buy some Apple stuff. 4. Good recipe to make an unwanted successful comedy. Be awfully ridiculous and omit, if possible, any possible scientific and medical facts. 5. Please inject massive doses of ALZ 112 to all those stupid morons executives at Hollywood. 6. Please buy some Apple stuff. This will help research. They really need it. 7. When you try to become a chimpanzee a little smart, be warned. She will become an insanely dangerous, ludicrous, violent psychopath. 8. Try to put real apes. I mean, my 8-year-old son gave a loud laugh at your pathetic CGI. 9. Try to make a plot without knowing how to spell PLOT. 10. Please buy some Apple MacBook Pro, 13-inch or 27-inch iMac. Think different. Obviously, Apple help medical research. 11. Don't let your neighborhood play with apes. 12. Dogs don't like apes. Don't know how or why, but apes don't care. They yell at them. I'm not going to keep going because there's 20 notes. 1 star.
This guy's pretty funny. I also did not notice the Apple product placement.
I didn't notice it at all.
Did not notice it.
This guy's writing was giving me a stroke because he did that thing where he would put a space and then the punctuation.
Oh, man. You hate to see it.
Which is a real boomer thing. You ever notice that?
Yeah, I find boomers a lot, like at the end of their texts, they'll put several periods. So they'll be like, hey, you coming by? And you're like, what is the ... about? It implies you're trying to say something else, you know?
Boomers enjoy the ellipses, but they don't know how to use the ellipses because it means you're leaving something unsaid.
Is that the technical term for that?
Yeah.
Ellipses? Wow.
Yeah.
Big brain Robbie.
I taught middle school English. Hello, and welcome back to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back once again to talk 2011's Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Andy, how are Apes?
Hey, I'm all right, Robbie. How about you?
I'm good. I butchered that intro. It was just a word salad at that point.
Soup and salad combo?
Andy, how are you doing?
All right. I'm going to the doctor because I'm always sick, like all the time. So, it's hard to sing when you're sick. I'll say that.
Well, you know what they say. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but if you eat an orange, it's different.
Do they say that?
Yeah, because apples and oranges are different. That's why they say comparing apples and oranges.
I'd like a list of names of who they are.
All right. Rob.
Okay.
Robert. Robbie.
Okay, are these all the same person?
It depends.
Okay.
Depends if you talk to my doctor.
Oh, boy. What about you, Robbie? How are you?
I'm well. I'm doing really well. Had you seen Rise of the Planet of the Apes before?
I had not.
Me neither, which is interesting because I had seen Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the sequel.
Spawn of the Planet of the Apes. Crossover.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Very bad crossover.
Yeah, it was terrible. I'm excited to talk about this. I thought it was going to be dumb. I don't know why. But it's not.
No.
It's like good. It's very good.
I agree. But this came out in the year of our Megazord, 2011. Andy, tell us the top movies from 2011. Was this a big year for movies?
This was a big year for franchises.
Like
Let me
McDonald's,
tell you what.
7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I mean, probably. They're probably all owned by the same fucking billionaire, you know? Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 was number 1 in the worldwide box office, grossing over $1 billion.
That was the first Harry Potter film I saw.
Why, Robbie?
Because I saw that trying to impress a girl.
Did it work?
Yeah, I'm still with her today.
Wow.
Yep.
Wowzers. How about Transformers Dark of the Moon?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Sounds like it's a Transformers movie. It also made $1 billion.
It sounds like they wanted to call it Dark Side of the Moon, and someone said, you can't do that.
You can't do that. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides made $1 billion. I believe this holds the record, or held the record, for being the most expensive movie ever made.
That's horrendous.
Yeah, well, it made its money back, made $1 billion.
Yeah.
You know?
I stopped seeing the Pirates of the Caribbean movies after the third one because the second and third one were very bad.
I agree. I'm egregious. First one's great.
Yeah, a little too long.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember I had it on DVD, so I liked it enough.
That was a cultural zeitgeist.
But of course. Number 4, another franchise, The Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1.
I don't know. I've never seen it, never read any of the books.
I saw a couple of them. They were on like FX or some shit a while ago. My wife was just like watching them. They had like a marathon, and I was like drifting in and out. I just remember in the last one, there's like a huge fight scene, and a lot of heads get ripped off, and I was like, wow, didn't see that coming.
Is the one after this one called Breaking Dusk?
No, it's called Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Breaking Dusk?
That'd be nice, Robbie. It's a good idea. Okay.
Breaking Wind.
That's even better. That's good stuff. Number 5, another franchise, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, which is my favorite Mission Impossible movie that I've seen.
My favorite Mission Impossible is the one that I've seen.
Yep. I think all I've seen is 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Well, wait, which one is Ghost Protocol?
4.
Ah, okay, cool.
Directed by Brad Bird.
Oh, he's a car.
Yep. He also did the previous episode, The Iron Giant.
Yes, and he's done The Incredibles and many Simpsons episodes.
Yes, a great director. Number 6, Kung Fu Panda 2. Number 7, Fast 5. Number 8, The Hangover Part 2. Number 9, The Smurfs. Number 10, Cars 2. Number 11, Puss in Boots. Number 12, Sherlock Holmes, Game of Shadows. All fucking franchises. Just sequels and sequels and sequels.
That's crazy. Although I think Puss in Boots is technically a spin-off.
Yes, it is. But it's part of a franchise.
It is part of a franchise.
And The Smurfs is its first movie, but that's based on a franchise.
Shorty had them apple-bottom jeans, Puss in the Boots.
I gotta go. Just play my song. Just play my song. I'm just gonna leave it. Also, previous episode, Thor.
Oh, the almighty Thor.
Yeah. And there's a lot more movies, but who cares, you know?
I agree. You ready to talk about the rise of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
Now, this was a first viewing for both of us, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Just wanted to reiterate that. I think that makes us more interesting. The fact that neither one of us had any idea going into it. But
well, have you seen the original The Planet of the Apes?
No.
With Charleston?
Nope.
You know the Charleston? Heston.
You damn dirty apes.
Yep. They throw one of those in here.
Yes, they do. I did enjoy
Draco
that.
Malfoy said it.
He does.
Yeah.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, directed by Rupert Wyatt, starring Andy Serkis, James Franco, John Lithgow, Frida Pinto, Brian Cox, and Tom Felton. We open with some apes walking in the jungle, single file. There's a man hiding in the trees. They ambush the apes, and one by one, the apes are trapped in nets. I am immediately sad.
Yes, I found some of this was hard to watch. Mainly all the ape stuff. I don't know what happened. At some point in my life, I find animal cruelty hard to watch. I guess that's normal, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, good. Good.
Yep.
I'm a human being.
It's incredibly sad when we watch these apes chase after the truck and they just kind of stop and like, oh, I guess they're gone forever.
Yeah, I guess we'll just live with this trauma.
But this transition through the ape's eyes is really cool.
Yes.
I like this. We transition into a lab. A chimpanzee is doing the Lucas Tower, and James Franco is super hyped for this. I think James Franco is really good in this movie.
I don't agree. I think he's the weakest part of the movie. I think that this movie would be better if they cast somebody else.
Okay. No, that's fair. I thought he was really strong. I don't think he's the best part of this movie.
No, I think it might even just be a me thing. I cannot take James Franco seriously. When he's in serious roles, I can't get behind it. He's great in comedies and in Spider-Man because it's campy as hell.
Yeah.
But it was hard for me. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
I was surprised at this movie's pacing. I was like, oh, this is moving like at a clip.
It moves really well because it's under 2 hours long.
Yeah. And I always thought that these movies were like, I hadn't seen any of them, and I've heard pretty much only good things, but I always just thought like, oh, this is going to be like plotting and like a real slow burn because, it's a trilogy. It's taking place over 3 movies. It's going to take its time. But no. And I was surprised pleasantly.
While this is a franchise and they're all connected, the next movie is 10 years later.
Okay.
And even here, we get massive time jumps in this film.
Yeah.
But when you talk about the pacing, you're absolutely right. We don't waste any time getting into the meat of this movie.
Yeah.
Because right away, we have James Franco explaining to a group of investors that they've given this chimpanzee, Chimp 9, a special medicine, and they think it's going to be the cure of Alzheimer's. But it also made the chimp like really smart. And I love watching this chimp getting loose as Franco is talking glowingly about how well the test is going.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
This chimp is going absolutely batshit insane.
I just want to make a note about the CGI. I thought it looked, I know the reviewer in the beginning said it looked bad. I think it all looks great.
I think it looks awesome. Yeah.
And I think it looks great because they never show a real ape.
Yes, I totally agree. You never get that juxtaposition, or you never get to look at the comparison between what a real ape would look like and these CG apes. And I also think it's a lot of credit should go to Andy Serkis for his mocap work.
100%. He is the driving force of why this movie's great.
He really is.
Yeah. Continue. I apologize.
No. Chimp 9 blasts into the boardroom, wreaking havoc, and a security guard shoots her dead in front of James Franco, his partner, and all the investors. I did not learn any character names in this movie.
Same, a little bit.
That's not true. I learned Caesar's name. I know Caesar. Yeah. I know Caesar and I know Koba. Those are the characters. Yep. I know Buck.
Maurice, I think, is the orangutan.
Yeah, I know the names of the monkeys
because those are the characters. Those are the real characters. So that guy, I think his name's Franklin. Okay, the guy comes Franklin over to my house. The turtle guy. Remember the turtle guy in this movie?
This ain't Texas, right?
No,
it's the same song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I actually haven't really given the new Beyonce a shot. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't.
Listen, I have, the older I've gotten more into country music, as you know.
Yeah.
I quite liked Beyonce song. It's a fun song.
Well, I didn't like Beyonce's last album. I thought it was kind of boring. And I also don't really like country. So the two of them, I was just like, yeah, well, I'll skip this one.
I'm going to say the whitest thing ever. You ready?
Here he goes.
I don't really like Beyonce's music all that much. But I do like Texas Hold'em because it's country inspired.
I've been following Beyonce, since Destiny's Child. And some of it's great, some of it's not so great, some of it's bad, some of it's just good. Like I think her stuff ebbs and flows, but the last one, it was just like kind of just like generic dance music, and I couldn't get into it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
She changes up her style a lot. Like, no two albums sound the same, which is a testament to her talent. I think she's a very talented artist. It's just a lot of it's just not my thing.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, I like Drunken Love.
Oh, Drunken Love, hot fire. Sweet Dreams, or Sweet Dream, whatever it is, hot fire.
Yeah, no, there's some really good stuff there. That song she did with Lady Gaga, Telephone, or Video Phone.
Yeah, my video phone.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, the guy Franklin, he's like the monkey guy. He does the ape test with
he's
James
the chimp
Franco,
wrangler.
right?
Yeah.
He's got the beard. The ape, Chimp 9, grabs his arm and like almost breaks it. And he's still there like that same day. I would have went home. What are you doing?
Oh, I would have left also, but I think this guy just has a love for the apes.
Yes, he does. And here comes my first question. I understand that keeping the baby under wraps, the baby Caesar, is, for the baby's safety, right? But I feel like if you were to explain to everyone that, Chimp 9 wasn't being aggressive, she was being protective because she had a child. I think you didn't have to kill all 12 of the apes. I think if you explain that, it would make a massive difference. But instead, he kills all 12 of them, saves just the baby, and then explains to James Franco afterwards, like, yeah, she wasn't being aggressive. She was being protective. Anyway, I killed the rest of them, and you have to take this baby. What?
I didn't even think about that.
I just feel like if you were to explain that situation, everybody would be like, ooh, okay. Well, we can continue our research.
I think it's corporate America. And the story is whatever dominates the headlines is going to be the story. So once it gets out that this ape went fucking nuts and like ripped a guy's face off and shit, the public opinion was going to go, we don't care what it was doing.
Right. And, without that, where's the movie?
That's also true.
Yeah. Also, that ape is Chimp 9 when she's going crazy. She jumps into the boardroom. She's on the table, surrounded by people, and the security guard puts her down with a couple of shots. That man's a sharpshooter. It's incredible that nobody else got hit.
Hey, good on him.
Yeah, incredible. He should be doing like high-level government shit.
Because we've done a lot of these movies where these guys can't hit the broadside of a barn.
No, this guy nailed it.
No issues whatsoever. He's spending his time in the range.
Yeah, no issues killing that mother.
He didn't know.
I know.
Back in the lab, James Franco, so they have the baby, and like you said, they're like, nah, you got to take care of this thing. I do appreciate that the guy was like, I can't kill a fucking baby.
Yeah, he's like, I already killed 12 of them. It's like, well, you might not have had to, but anyway.
Franco goes home and sees his father, John Lithgow, who is suffering.
John Lithgow? That's in my notes. I didn't know he was in this.
He has Alzheimer's disease, and he immediately gets attached to the chimp. He's awesome in this movie.
He's John Lithgow.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's awesome in everything. This dude is so fucking good in this. It's heart-wrenching. He plays an Alzheimer's patient so well.
Yeah, he does. And can't be alone. I've been affected, my family's been affected by Alzheimer's and dementia and all that shit. And then, like, I found this pretty hard to watch as well. And I was like, wow, is this a good movie? This seems like it's a good movie.
Oh, boy.
Very good stuff. It shows, like, great motivation for James Franco to succeed in his research.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just a good setup. Like, even though I poked kind of a hole in it, but it is a good setup.
Yes.
It's tragic. There's good motivation here. And it's John Lithgow,
Right away, it's doing a great job of making you feel sympathy for everyone in the movie. You understand James Franco's motivation for wanting these tests to continue. You feel bad for the baby chimp because his whole family's dead, and now he's being raised in this situation. And of course, you feel bad for John Lithgow, who has Alzheimer's disease, and eventually you feel even worse for him when he's cured and it comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
So right away, you just feel so much sympathy for everybody in this movie. And that is just, when you're doing that, when I'm feeling something for everyone, you've got me.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's well written. It's good.
Really, really good stuff. We see the chimp now taking a drink from a bottle without any help because he's showing signs of intelligence. Franco and Lithgow are amazed by this. We're now 3 years later. The chimp's name is Caesar. He's 3-year-old and incredibly smart. He completes the Lucas Tower in 15 tries, the perfect score. And it turns out that whatever they gave to Chimp 9 has transferred to her child.
Yeah, you can see it in the eyes.
Yes, because they're turning green.
Yeah.
Which comes back later on in a scene I love.
Yeah.
John Lithgow has a moment. This is heartbreaking. When the nurse quits and he cuts himself, and she's like, you need to put him in a fucking home.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's rough puff pastry.
You don't want the butter to melt. You can't let the butter melt. No, you gotta get it in the freezer quick. Franco goes to work and steals vials of the drug. He injects his father with it. And the next morning, this man is just jamming on the ivories.
Yeah, hell yeah. Here's a question. Questions. Is that John Lithgow playing?
I have no idea. I'd imagine not.
I was looking at his hands and I was like, it looks like he might be playing it.
I think we've hit the point now where if you're faking playing the piano in a movie, it's very much like just hit actual keys because we have the technology to just put in decent piano playing. And as long as you're hitting actual keys and it looks like you're trying, it'll look good. Yeah,
it could have been that, but either way.
John Lithgow.
I'd like to know.
John,
call in.
Yeah, call in. Who's he going to call? Ghostbusters!
Hey, call me on my personal cell phone. You have it.
No, he doesn't. Send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. Is that you playing piano?
Yeah.
Caesar has a Jack moment because he's watching the kids play and he's like, I want to be a kid.
Yeah. Felt, again, I think, because, like, sometimes with humans, like, you could get the same, like, we watch Jack.
Yeah.
Kind of the same vibe in that.
Just as hairy.
That's good stuff. Just as hairy, but also, like, less sympathetic. Like, I don't care. But the fact that this is a chimp,
I know.
I'm like, I care more. Why do I care more?
It's like when you watch a movie and you're just watching people die left and right, and you're like, all right. And then any animal dies, and you're going, no!
Yeah. My heart. Mi corazón. Yeah. It's
not the armadillo!
Yeah. It's going to be a really exotic animal. Not the leaping lemur. They have the most irate neighbor of all time. This man is so livid all the time.
Dude, I'm going to be honest. If a fucking chimp was chasing around my kids, I'm going at it with a bat also. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
You don't know. Because here's the thing. It's not like James Franco's taking this thing on walks and the neighborhood knows about it. It's been hidden in his
That's
attic
true.
for 3 years. So all of a sudden, this chimpanzee shows up in your backyard. You don't know it's trying to play with your kids.
That's true. Okay, I'll let him go on the first thing, but everything else later in this movie, this man is just like so angry. My guy, you hate your life, all right?
Wait,
I don't know what kind of life you're living, but you hate it.
Isn't this the guy who had his fingers ripped off?
Yeah, because he's poking an Alzheimer's patient in the chest.
Yeah, there comes a point when you got to realize this guy's sick when he's doing that.
Yeah, he's clearly confused.
Okay. James Franco brings Caesar to the zoo to get stitched up. He just walks through the zoo with this thing. I do like the other chimps going fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're like, that's a chimp. We see him. That's a chimp.
But he just walks into the vet at the zoo and goes, hey, can you take care of this monkey for me?
Yeah. And
Who
she's
are
like,
you?
all right.
Who are you? How did you get in here? How did you get a monkey in here?
Well, you know what it is? It's that he's handsome.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And it worked.
I do like at the vet, this is when Caesar's starting to show some real personality.
Yeah. He's like, you guys should fuck.
They take Caesar for a walk through the redwoods and he's wearing pants.
Adorable.
It's so funny. I really like this transition as he runs through the redwoods and it gets to 5 years later and now he has a shirt on.
Yeah. I liked how, the dog is barking at him and he gives a big like, and the dog's like, oh shit. And they get back to the car and he doesn't get in the hatchback. He gets in the seat.
Yes.
And then he asks, he's like, am I a pet? And James Franco's like, no. He's like, all right, well, why do I wear a leash? No, what am I? He says, like, what is Caesar? And he's like, friend, I think. Like, I forget what he says. I forget how he responds to that, but it's like, what a profound question. Like, what am I?
Yes. Because he's intelligent. He's sentient.
Right.
He knows something's up.
It's like you're cursed with intelligence. Like, as I feel like this movie's saying something about, like, we're the only truly sentient being on Earth, right? Like humans.
Yeah.
We're the only ones who know what we are and, like, all this stuff. And, like, once you give that to something new and, like, you don't explain it to them, like, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
And, like, then, we see throughout this movie, like, he's shown compassion, but he's also shown, like, cruelty. And you see, like, how just a little bit of cruelty can completely change somebody.
And it's not only just the cruelty, he experiences confusion because, wait, why should I trust anybody? He lied to me. He was supposed to come back and get me, and he's just left me in this cell now.
Right. And I think he did understand that he was trying. Because later, when he's like, hey, I could get you now. Like, and he turns his back, like he's sad. He's like, shit. And I think what that is he's like, I'm in the middle of my insurrection, brother. I got a thing going on now. Like, if you came like 3 days earlier, I'd be with you. But like, I got a whole master plan going.
Ape
I'm a
rule
genius.
6.
Nice, dude.
Rule 6 is just the beginning.
That's good stuff.
I do like we see Caesar plotting revenge at the Genesis lab or whatever. And Franco's girlfriend, Frida Pinto, is pissed. Here's a question. In 5 years, she never asked any questions about Caesar.
Yeah, like, why is your chimp so smart? Where'd you get him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
James Franco tells her that Caesar is seemingly getting exponentially smarter, and then the next morning,
like doubling every year or something.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And then the next morning, Lithgow's Alzheimer's is clearly coming back as Caesar helps him with his fork.
Yeah, that was rough because I've seen exactly that. Like using a fork upside down. And I was like, oh, my goodness gracious. This movie's doing something.
Then we got the scene where Lithgow wanders into the open car. It's sad, but I'm watching it and I can't help but get a little chuckle as he smashes it into the car in front of him.
Yeah, sure.
But then at some point, well, I understand the guy being pissed off at first.
Sure.
You have to understand this guy's unwell.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. Especially when you're like, first off, it's an old man. Don't yank him out of the car. That's number one. Okay.
It's an old man in his robe and slippers and shit.
Right. And then he's just like, I'm calling the police. I'm gonna. He's just like irate, not making any sense. And John Lithgow's just like, I was in Harry and the Hendersons, and and he's you get the angry finger poke, and that's where your boy Caesar's like, I'm gonna bite that finger.
This scene is awesome. First off, Caesar jumps from the window and starts like ripping this guy apart. The guy escapes. He's running down the street, and you see Caesar coming through the trees as the leaves are falling.
Yeah, very cool.
And then
a little bit of foreshadowing.
Yes. And then he jumps down and bites the guy's fingers off. This is awesome.
Now, did he bite it off?
Yeah, he fucking ate it.
Did he?
Yeah, doesn't they because they talk to him, and then I think they're talking to him. He's like, I think he swallows his fingers.
I thought he just broke it.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Later you see his finger in a cast.
Oh, maybe he didn't bite it off. Okay.
And when I was doing my trivia, I was looking and it said there was a lot of debate on whether he should bite the finger off, and they thought that if he bit it off, audiences would not be rooting for him anymore.
I would be.
I'd be rooting for him harder. Hell yeah. Bite everybody's fingers off.
Yeah, that's awesome. That dude's wife is going to be pissed.
Nice.
Those are the blasting fingers.
Then Caesar's in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Now you can't stay here.
Get out of here.
You stupid animal. But yeah, that's rough.
This is so sad when they're dropping Caesar off at animal control and they leave and Caesar realizes that it's not a real son. It's like a Truman Show situation.
Yeah.
Incredibly sad.
What's his name? What's the actor's name? The guy who runs that place.
Brian Cox.
Great actor.
Yeah.
And his son Draco Malfoy.
That shit. He's awful in this.
He's cartoonishly evil.
Yeah, but his accent's all over the place.
I didn't notice.
Did it really? I did.
I rarely notice.
At one point, he calls him dad, and I'm like, holy shit. Because all I heard was, my father will hear about this.
Yeah. He says, Mr. Potter.
Potter?
Yeah.
He's such a prick in this movie, which I do appreciate. Yeah. We see Lithgow's health deteriorate, and Franco starts begging his old partner, please let me test the cure.
That's a bad dude, right? The partner you're talking about, the boss man?
Yes. That's the thing. They're doing a great job with him because it's understandable why he's like, no.
Yeah, because that's not how science works.
Yeah. No, we can't just invest all that money in this.
Right. He's chasing profits, which is,
yes,
kind of the commentary they're making here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And Lithgow, he dies, right?
Yeah. A little bit later on. Is it that morning?
That morning that he holds his hand and he falls asleep and then he wakes up and his dad's dead, right?
Yeah. He definitely dies because then they're they clean out his apartment later on or his house later on.
Yeah.
Because, it's a little later on because he's going to inject him again. But Lithgow's like, no, don't do it.
Yeah. He says no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of a dum-dum. I need, explicitly, they need to be like, R.I.P. You to be oh, he's dead.
You need to watch it. You need to watch it being lowered into the ground.
Yes, I'm a duty head. I don't know if he's dead.
The part that really got me, and I was really feeling it, is when Caesar in his little cell draws the window.
Yes.
and then just puts his head to it. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was
James
tearing up at
Franco,
parts.
you save him right now.
I was tearing up at parts of this movie, man.
Yeah, I don't know
They
what
were
it is.
getting me.
Animals. Yeah, yeah. And also Andy Serkis, just like a really good performer.
Excellent.
Like he says fucking 3 words in this movie, and he doesn't have to say anything. It's just like, wow,
Yeah.
what a performance. The part that I was like, okay, this guy's gonna get killed for sure, is the part with the hose. I was like, I don't like that at all. I didn't like watching
Oh,
that.
yeah, no.
I'm upset, and I hope that Caesar claws his eyes out. Yeah, no, it was hard to watch, and I hope that dude gets his comeuppance, which he does,
Yeah. They bring in a group of other chimps, including Koba. Koba already looks fucked up. It's like, he's going to be bad
Yeah.
news.
That's the meanest looking ape you got. He was like, cookie. He gives him the cookie, and he puts his hand right back out. He's like, that's the one. This is the guy.
Because he wants another cookie.
This guy knows what he wants. He likes cookies.
And we're going to call him Cookie Monster.
Oh, no.
Caesar joins the yard. One of the other chimps immediately rips his shirt off. And right about, he's either about to kill him or just rip Caesar's pants off. I'm not quite sure. Felton tranquilizes them both.
Yeah, I like how Caesar recognizes that guy is actually a nice guy.
Oh yeah, the other ape.
No, the guy who tranked them. The guy who was like the guy who works there, and he's like,
Oh yeah,
"You think the shirt and pants are going to be a problem?"
yes.
And Draco Malfoy's like, yeah, good. I hope it is, because I'm holding a vendetta against an ape."
I'm unexplainably angry at him.
Yeah, because he splashed some food at me and he laughed.
We're seeing Koba in the lab. He's incredibly smart because they had run tests on him. The chimp handler sneezes blood.
Oh, yeah, it's Franklin. Hey,
Yeah.
it's Franklin.
Sneezing up blood.
Yeah. The start of a pandemic. Pretty much solely the reason that the world ends.
Hey, sounds familiar. In jail,
Hey.
a circus orangutan can sign, so him and Caesar talk. That's when we get Franco visiting Caesar. It's so sad as Caesar's just starting to lose it. He erases the window drawing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is before he can actually get him out. Yeah, he's like, yeah, we're going home. And he's like, nah, I can't. And he's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah. Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music, by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
Later that night, it looks like Felton brings his buddy and some girls down to the apes.
Yeah, he does a real One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah. Girls fucking the ape.
Yeah. Well, I like how he was like, yo, check this out. And he shocks all the cages, and everybody's like, the fuck are you doing?
I know.
Like, he thought they would be like, ooh, but they're like, are you a sociopath? The fuck is wrong with you?
I love that because we all know a guy who's like, this will impress everybody. And then everyone goes, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah. I'm going home.
Typically, that guy's me. So.
Uh-oh. But yeah, I did like how he definitely didn't get any that night, you know?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. Because fuck you, you weirdo.
Well, also, his buddy gets pickpocketed by a fucking ape.
Yes. Well, he was also into it, so I'm glad he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
That was great, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's like, no, help me. He just grabs him. And then he reveals that he took the knife.
Yeah.
I fucking love this. So he goes out, Caesar picks the lock, and he frees Buck the gorilla. And I love watching Buck running around the yard. It's actually really cute watching him like tumble around.
Yeah, he's like freedom.
Yeah, it's heartwarming.
Yeah.
Especially when Caesar wakes up the leader of the gang and brings him to Buck. And then the leader like asks for forgiveness after Buck like is like, I'm gonna get fucked up, aren't I? And Caesar's like, I don't know, are you?
He clocks him in the head with that thing
Yeah.
just to show him he's like, no, I'm in charge now, all right?
Yeah. And
Like,
then
you good?
and the other ape puts his hand out and grants him forgiveness.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
And then right after that, that's when John Lithgow dies because he refuses that next shot.
Yeah.
Then we're back at the lab, and Koba has already completed the Lucas Towers in 15 turns.
Genius.
Franklin goes to his doctor, and his doctor's like, get away. He's like,
Yeah.
I've tried calling you. I'm going to die. He's like, get away from me. I don't care.
Yeah, Franklin is pretty much solely responsible for the demise of the humans in this universe because not only did he fuck up not telling anybody about baby Caesar, like I said before, but he's also patient zero.
Yeah.
This virus from like 113 or whatever it is. And instead of just calling James Franco, he goes to his house and he like bangs on the door. And that's when the most irate neighbor in the world is like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
He goes everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. This dude, that man's an international pilot.
This dude is just going to different places, just coughing on people.
Yeah.
He's going to the Sizzler and just coughing on the salad bar.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, sir, are you gonna buy something or what? He's like, no, I'm just here to cough.
In jail, Caesar and the leader start freeing all the primates. We get the iconic apes together strong line. And then I do laugh at the orangutan going, apes stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Caesar's like, okay, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, we're not smart enough to pull this off. So let me get that shit that James Franco put in his fridge.
Yes.
And he does.
He stabs both the canisters and roll. Yeah.
Now here's a question. Did Caesar, like, can you double up on that? Like, did he get even smarter from inhaling that?
I have no idea.
Like, does it stack, like stats?
You know what? I'd imagine yes, because he doesn't speak until after this.
That's true, but he's also constantly, like, throughout the movie, he's getting smarter,
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if inhaling the fucking stuff.
Yeah, it would, like double it,
Yeah, because the next morning, all the apes are waking up going, I feel a lot smarter. I feel sentient.
Yeah. Huh. I'm an ape.
Because that's when we get the scene of all the apes going into the yard and Caesar's checking all their eyes to make sure they're green.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
And then we get the shot of Brian Cox seeing all the apes like congregating in the yard.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's weird.
Yeah, they don't normally do that. They're grunting in unison.
At that point, no, you napalm that whole room. I'm sorry. You walk in there with an assault rifle and just unload.
I don't think that you would make it out. Because we've seen, armed men.
Listen, I get that. I fully understand. But you know what? There's not that many of them.
Sure, not at that point. Yeah.
You get a couple of guys with guns in that room, and you just take them all out. Something's going on.
For sure.
I am not taking any chance with this.
But I got to say, I am on the ape side.
Me too.
In this movie. So if I were in this universe, I might be like, hey, you guys need help? You guys need me to unlock any doors for you? Or
you're already giving in to the ape overlords.
You guys want bananas or what? You guys like bananas?
That's very offensive. Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. A sandwich? I'll make you a sandwich.
But yes, I would like a banana. Tom Felton sees Caesar loose in the yard. That's when in my head I'm going, my father will hear about this.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked how they kill the living shit out of him.
I thought this was a very weak death. Felton's electrocution.
He gets mauled, right?
No, he gets electrocuted.
But he gets mauled first, right?
No, not really.
No,
He
not
gets
really.
beaten up a little bit because Felton and
Okay.
Caesar fight. And then during the fight, that's when Felton uses the line, "Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape."
Yeah.
And then Caesar, which is awesome because you almost like look in his head, go, "No!" Like forces
Yeah.
himself to speak.
That's good stuff.
It's fucking awesome. And then all the apes come running out. "We're not gonna take it."
Yep. No.
Caesar frees all the apes because that's when Felton gets electrocuted because he grabs the electric stick and goes,
Yeah,
"Avada Kedavra!"
Yep. Yeah, and I like how they were gonna kill the other guy, and Caesar was like, "No, no, don't kill that guy.
Yeah, he's just a dude. He didn't do anything
This is
wrong.
dude." I did like he was like, "Don't kill generally." I don't think he even meant to kill the other guy.
I don't
'Cause,
think
like,
so.
who else did he kill?
He killed. No, I think he absolutely meant to kill Franco's
Malfoy.
partner. Oh, Malfoy, yes, but the guy in the helicopter too. When he was just like, "I'm just gonna let you die."
Well, that was Kobe.
Oh, you're
Kobe,
right.
Kobe
Yeah,
beef.
Kobe.
Well, what about because on the bridge the gorilla's gonna kill somebody, and Caesar's like, "No."
Oh, you're right. Yeah, like yeah.
So like,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think I think what he wants to show everybody that we could live together. I'm not sure. I think we find out probably more in the other movies about his actual motives.
I have a question. How did Caesar know that the water would affect the electric stick?
That's what I'm questioning. Did he?
Because Felton, I think he does it intentionally, but I don't know if he's trying to just hit him with the water and that just happens. He just happens to be holding an electric stick.
That's what I think happened. I think that Felton's an idiot.
That sucked though, because I really wanted him to get ripped apart.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice if he got like absolutely ripped to shreds. And he
I don't,
deserved it.
yeah. And I don't think it's enough just to see his like burnt body later on.
Yeah. And also he's Brian Cox's son,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
At least
Brian
I think
Cox
that's what
doesn't
they say.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too torn up about it.
No, well, that's also right before that, or right before that, Franco goes to Cox and tries to bribe.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, just here you go," and Cox is like, "Fuck it, yeah, that
Yeah,
works for
he's like,
me.
sure.
Works for me, brother."
Well, that's when Caesar's like, "Oh, I could go home, but I can't because I'm doing this now." And
Yeah.
I like how he turns his back and you see it on his face. He's like very sad.
Yes.
He knows that Franco is one of the good ones, you know? He's like, this is a good human.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Good guy.
They free the other guard. The guard tells Franco that Caesar spoke.
Yes.
Franco sees the other vials and goes, "Oh shit. Caesar gave all the apes the smart juice."
Yep.
And that's when we get this scene of all the apes running through the trees, leaves coming down. That's sick. This looks so good.
Yes, it's awesome. Also, what the fuck kind of trees are those? Why do they create a canopy over your street?
It's
But
suburbs.
also very cool. Very cool.
That's very Hollywood suburbs, where it's just this picturesque thing where all the trees are perfect at all times.
Yeah, they make a canopy. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's for some reason, movies and TV, that's always what they show the suburbs to be.
Yeah, the straightest street of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I liked how they go to the zoo and that gorilla just fucking bodies the
Yes.
gate, and they're like, "We're all free." That's good stuff. Now, here's a question though.
Yeah.
All the zoo monkeys that they just pick up along the way, they don't get the smart juice, but they're
No,
just
they
like
don't.
along for the ride.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are they understanding what Caesar's telling them to do?
It's kind of like back in the jail, how they all followed that one ape.
Yeah.
There is a hierarchy.
Yeah,
And
the alpha, right?
Yeah, and obviously they're freeing all these other monkeys and apes and primates. So if they look at Buck, this giant fucking gorilla, and he's looking at Caesar as the alpha,
Yeah.
all these other primates are obviously going to look at him and go, "Oh, that dude's the alpha." Because if big boy Buck over here says he's the alpha,
Yeah.
Because I ain't fucking with Big Boy Buck. But if
No.
Big Boy Buck won't fuck with Caesar,
Yeah, I ain't fucking with Caesar.
yeah. So I think
Okay.
it's just, it's nature. There's a point in nature when they know who the alpha is. They know who's in charge.
Right.
It's the same thing. Like dogs know when you're in charge. Like my dog knows I'm the alpha in this house. Well, he knows Laura's the alpha, but he knows he also has to listen to me.
Yeah.
And I think,
Charles in charge.
yeah, of our days and our nights.
Yeah, I've got word association disease.
Oh no.
Yeah. I like how a lot of this movie is also kind of like the perfect storm, like sometimes
That was a George Clooney movie.
very good. Like throughout history, major historical events are often like due to precise things at like just so happening at that moment.
Right.
And I think that like that fog over the bridge is very cool in that like if there wasn't fog over the bridge, that probably would have ended completely differently.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's I like that. And I like how this is clearly a very major historical event in this universe. And I also like how in the background you got that mission to Mars, which is Charlton Heston.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's really cool. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Because at first I was like, they're going to Mars? What? And then I was like, oh shit, that's Charleston. That's Charleston Chew. He's a chocolate covered marshmallow. Yeah, I thought that was a cool touch. I thought that the bridge scene is awesome. And I like how James Franco's like, I gotta get to Caesar. And what's her name? His girlfriend is like, okay, gives him one last smooch, and then she like creates a diversion.
Yes.
I was like, that's cool. That's cool. She's got his back. That's cool.
I love this scene of all the apes throwing spears at the guy.
Yes, from the fence. They just like yanked it off the fence.
Yeah. And cool. Then one of them throws a parking meter through a cop car.
Hell yeah. Hey, yeah, I'll pay that ticket like this. That's stupid. I mean,
the copter shows up and starts shooting at the primates. This is when Buck shoves Caesar out of the way and jumps from the bridge to the chopper. He fucks him up and the chopper goes down.
Here's a question. Questions. Why is the science guy there? Why is he in that chopper?
That always happens in these movies where just like
the bad guy is for some reason with the cops and he's like, he's over there. Like, why are you here?
He's like, don't worry, I have a gun too.
Yeah. Why? You're not a cop. Why are you here?
Who gave you a gun?
Yeah. Great stuff. I like how eventually Caesar sees that he's like, all right, they're going to ambush us on the other side of this. So let's go up and we'll fucking flank them. And they do, and that's awesome.
Yeah, they make them walk the flank.
That's stupid. But I do like how about when Buck dies? That's rough, right?
Yes, I was laughing so hard. Made myself cough.
That's all right.
But yes, Buck passes away after Caesar pulls him from the wreckage. That is that's tough.
Yeah, but then Koba gives him the little boot. He's like, I'll see you later, brother.
Well, that's the thing. Caesar turns and gives this little nod to Koba like, he's yours.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Caesar's not totally against killing.
No.
Caesar ain't Batman.
No. He's like Spawn. Spawn of the Planet of the Apes. Well,
he's the Punisher.
Yeah.
Because he's killing cops.
Yeah. I like it. They get to the woods and they're like free, and James Franco catches up to them. And Koba, he attacks first, and then Caesar's like, whoa, no, this guy's with me. And James Franco's like, hey, I could save you. We could go home. And he's like, Caesar is home.
Yes. He pulls him real close.
He's like, all right, man. I'll see you later.
I'd be terrified if an ape pulled me real close like that. I'd be like, Am I about to be his wife?
Fingers crossed, you know.
Like, is this how apes like choose a partner? What's going on here?
So Caesar's a handsome fella, you know.
Oh, you got issues, huh?
I sure do. Um, I liked how there is like he's smart enough. I mean, he's smart. He's smarter than he's like as smart as people now. You know,
Smarter than your average ape. Hey, hey, boo boo.
nice,
Hey, hey, Koba.
nice.
You want to go steal some banana sundaes?
Some picnic baskets. Well, I like how he's just like that part of my life is over. Like, this is me now.
Yeah.
This is our community, and I still love you, but like, can't go back. Good. It was
Yeah.
a good movie.
And I like this last shot of Caesar climbing to the tallest tree and looking out over San Francisco.
Yeah.
This is stupid. I felt like they were like, every movie has a mid-credit scene now, so this has to be a mid-credit scene. So they show like 2 credits and then go to the scene. I was like, just throw the scene at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I was like taking my final notes, and then that popped up. I was like, oh, okay. Well, now I know everybody's gonna die.
Yeah, but
Right?
like,
Like,
why even waste credits? Like, that's not a mid-credit scene.
right. Now, don't answer this question
Okay.
because you've seen the next one. But is James Franco in these? You don't have to answer that because I'm gonna find out. But it's just a question that is like I'm excited for the next parts of this because I have questions and I feel as though they're going to get answered. And
I'll tell you
I
this,
feel like
Gary.
I've heard that all of these that like they get better.
Like I said, I saw Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in theaters, and I really liked it.
Okay, did you see War for the Planet or whatever
No,
it is?
that the only
Okay.
one I've seen is Dawn, but I can tell you Gary Oldman's in that.
Oh, Gary, more like Gary, good actor.
Very good. That's
Yeah,
really good.
thanks. I think we talked about it on the Godfather 2 podcast where he was like, if you want to learn anything about movies, like at all, like whether it's directing, cinematography, acting, fucking look at Godfather Part 2. Just watch that movie over and over again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, great movie. Check it out. Previous episode.
Hey, you want to go to Letterboxd?
Yeah, I got some. I could sum up my thoughts real quick. I got
Go
some
for it.
notes. Andy Serkis is brilliant in this.
Yes.
He's able to remain distinct from all the other apes, just like by the way he carries himself, which is impressive in its own right. And then like just his face acting is like it's fucking god tier.
Yes, I
And
agree.
then I was very pleasantly surprised by this movie. The only thing I'd change is James Franco, and I don't think that he does good in serious roles. Other than that, this movie's great. That is it. So, what about you? Got any things to sum up?
I really like this movie. I think Franco's pretty good in this. I think John Lithgow's incredible in it.
Yep. I think Andy Serkis steals the show, though. You know?
I think you're right. Serkis is awesome in it. The script really makes me empathize with Caesar and the rest of the apes, but it also does a really good job of not making me feel like all humans are bad, which they could do a lot in these movies. So sure. I do empathize with Franco and Lithgow a little bit. I do think Tom Felton could have used a better death.
That I think he could have used a better death. I think that what's her name? Frida Pinto?
Yeah.
I think they could have done a little more with her. She doesn't really do much.
Well, that's the thing. That felt like they just felt the need to have a love interest, but she didn't need to be here at all.
Yeah. And like you could have done a little more with her if you're going to include her, like use her. You know?
Yeah, that's the problem is this movie was such a good runtime.
Yeah.
That like I almost don't want them to just start adding things in just to give people stuff to do because she did what she had to do. She stitched up Caesar.
Yeah, and she created that diversion, which was cool.
Yeah. So like she did her part, but at the end of the day, she really didn't do much. But I can't really complain. I just
Yeah, yeah.
I do think the apes look really good, and the scenes of the apes running through the trees are awesome. I love those.
Yes, yes. What would you give this? What would your score be?
I really like this movie. I kind of want to give this 4 stars.
I agree. 4 stars is good.
All right, so we're gonna lock it in. Lock it in.
Lock it in, Chopa.
We just locked in 4 stars on Letterboxd for Rise of the Planet of the Apes. You could follow us on Letterboxd at TheRoyds. Wow. Andy, do you have any trivia?
I have 3 trivia.
I have 4 trivia.
Look at this guy.
Look at me. How long has James Franco's character been working on this experiment at the beginning of the movie? 5.5 years, 6 years, 6.5 years, 7 years.
I believe that's 5.5 years.
It is 5.5 years, correct?
Yeah. Who was in talks to play Will before James Franco? Was it? Now there's 2 of them. 2 of them are correct. John Krasinski, Topher Grace, Tobey Maguire, Matt Damon, Shia LaBeouf.
All right, I'm going to say John Krasinski.
No.
All right, I'm going to say Shia LaBeouf.
That's 1.
And Matt Damon.
No, the other is Tobey Maguire.
Interesting.
Yeah.
At 18 months old, how many words could Caesar sign? 8, 12, 24, 36.
24.
Yes, it is 24.
Hey, look at me.
Whew.
Who did they want to play Will's dad, John Lithgow's character? Was it Donald Sutherland, Christopher Walken, Robert Redford, or Richard Dreyfuss?
Robert Redford.
No, it was Christopher Walken.
John Lithgow was the better choice.
I agree. Yeah, I think John Lithgow is the better choice in almost anything.
Yes, I totally agree.
Spider-Man.
John Lithgow as Spider-Man?
Yep, swinging through the city.
Hey, listen, if you want to do that,
he'd nail it.
He would. He'd be awesome.
Yeah.
What brand cookies does Caesar use to lure all the primates out of their cage? Oreos, Samoas, Keebler, Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy?
Fuck, it is Chips Ahoy.
Hell yeah, brother.
Man, you're walking through me.
Yeah. All right. How many real apes were on the set for reference? Was it 12, 6, 3, or 0?
0.
Correct.
Yeah, I was like, they definitely didn't use any real apes.
No, they didn't.
What's the name of the spaceship launching on the news broadcast? Is it the Challenger, Falcon, Icarus, the Dallas?
The Dallas.
No, it's Day Dallas. No, but it's not that either.
Oh, I thought you said the Dallas.
No, Day Dallas.
Okay. Well, there goes my streak. What is it?
It's Icarus.
Great. The only streak now is in my underwears.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
I farted hard.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Andy.
Right. Well, I wrote a song.
So did I.
No fucking way, Rob.
I have a pick to flip.
Flip that shit.
Call it.
Heads.
It's tails.
This is fucking rigged.
It's not.
Okay.
Stop the steal, Andy. The steal of who's going to play their song first. It's going to be
Lock
me.
her up, Robbie.
Oh, no. My song is called Rise.
Okay.
It's about Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
No way.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And it goes like this.
We're testing it out on the primates. We're getting results, things are going great. Better than our wildest dreams. If we're gonna call the end to the trials, then I'll just take a couple vials. I'll take my dedication to the extreme. Our hubris is the cause of our extinction. should. You can go 'cause I am home. Don't know the effects on mankind, just trying to save the human mind. He's sneezing blood, he'll die alone. Our hubris is the cause of our extinction. We're listening to men of distinction, and we'll allow the apes to rise. The leaves are falling off suburban trees. They are apes, not monkeys. He's getting violent with that one talk. Over the bridge and to the woods, living like community as they should, away from the humans and their locks. Our hubris is the cause of our extinction. We're listening to men of distinction, and we'll allow the apes to rise.
That was my song called Rise.
I like it. I like, you know me, I like a halftime break, and I liked what you did at the very end there. I like that.
Thanks. Yeah, I just kind of needed an outro because I didn't really think that anything I was doing would work to like fade out. And I don't really like just fading out the chorus.
Mm.
You know, I don't like lyrics as it's fading out. I don't know why. I always thought that sounded weird to me whenever artists did it. And I say that, but I've done that before. But I do try to avoid doing that. So I just try to come up with something that sounded like a pretty good outro. So I just kind of halftime the chorus.
Nice.
And then just ended on a big B minor, on a big bowel movement. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Bowel movement in the key of B minor.
But yeah, so that was my song called Rise. It
Very cool. Now, what was that? What was that about?
was about Rise of the Planet of the Grapes.
Oh, now, what made you want to write a song about that?
We see, I do this podcast with this guy named Andy.
He
And
sounds handsome.
You got to see him in person.
Who?
And it's called the Royds Review Podcast, and we write songs about movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting idea. I'm going to steal it.
All right,
And I'm
cool.
going to do it with my friend Robbie.
Very nice. Tell us, tell me about your song about Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, my song is called Maybe I'm a Threat.
Maybe I'm a threat at the way I ripped off that guy's face.
Maybe I'm afraid of the way I love you. Like, what?
Maybe I'm afraid
Like,
at the
whoa,
way
Paul.
I need.
Paul, what was that thing about ripping off a guy's face? Like, no, hold on. Let me get to the chorus.
Baby, I'm an ape. Baby, I'm a lonely ape who runs a banana. They're like, all right, Paul, let's do something a little bit better.
Paul, why don't you write it about your wife? He's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a better idea.
Maybe she's an ape. No, Paul, no.
Oh, Paul, nobody's an ape.
All right, I'm sorry. I saw the name of your song when you sent it, and that's immediately what I started doing, so I had to do it.
You know what? I was fully prepared to do something similar. So, you know what they say? Minds. I'm not going to say they're great. But okay, my song's called Maybe I'm a Threat. And it's I was, like I said earlier, I've been sick, and my it's just hard to sing, so I kind of went low key on the vocals on this. So check it out, called Maybe I'm a Threat.
I know not what I am. Intelligence. You don't know what I am. Experiment on me so that I can see how intelligent I am and how foolish you can be. What am I? Am I a pet? What am I? Maybe I'm a threat. I know compassion, and I know cruelty. The world's not ready for a creature like me. What am I? Am I a pet? What am I? Maybe I'm a threat. 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 Maybe I'm a threat.
That's my song called Maybe I'm a Threat.
I like that. First of all, you didn't sound like Loki at all.
The God of Mischief. That was bad. That wasn't good.
No, I like that. I really like the lead guitar you were playing along with the vocals. I really like that. I think the tone of that was really nice.
Thank you. I play on a Strat on like everything I record for this. I just turned the tone knobs all the way down. And you get like that nice, like fat, clean, like beefy sound.
Yeah.
And I did that for that solo I double tracked on the Empire Strikes Back song. But that was like loaded with distortion. This one is clean, and I kind of like that sound, so I'm going to start incorporating it a little more here and there where I think it is necessary. and appropriate. But yeah, the movie was more I don't know, like mature than I thought it would be,
Yes.
And I appreciated that, and it made me think less like, let me write a straightforward kind of song and let me do something that's a little more subdued or like subtle. Is subtle? I don't know. Just I don't know, made me think a little bit outside the box, and then like I figured I'm a little limited. Let me play to that, use it as a strength rather than, be hindered by it. So, I can't sing. Let me do something lower key. And I had that riff laying around because I'm still kind of in writer's block musically. Like, I'm still in that. I don't know what happened. But good thing I have a whole bunch of shit on my phone, like recorded. So I just keep diving into that. One day that well will run dry. And on that day, I will figure it out. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie, and I'm excited for the rest of this franchise-mo.
Yeah. What I'm really excited about is we're moving on to 10 years later. So we're getting a totally different setting in the next movie.
Cool.
And Gary Oldman's in it, so it'll be good.
Yeah. He's not even old.
No. Well,
he is
he's
now.
getting there. Yeah, he's getting there.
Yeah. Well, Robbie, what do we got going on next week? I think you just kind of said it.
Yeah, next week we are doing Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Wow, the dish soap, huh?
Yep. Dawn to Dusk of the Planet of the Apes.
Wow. Dish soap of the Planet of the Apes.
Very good. Excellent.
Dawn of those.
It's a bunch of apes cleaning off a bunch of chicks.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah.
But then
very
they eat
nice.
them.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice in that it's terrible. It's just awful to look at. But a lot of those in these titles, huh?
Yeah, a lot of those.
One too many, you would say.
I'll say this though, if the movies are going to be this quality, you can get away with it.
Yeah, you call them whatever you want. How do you think the new one's going to be?
Here's the thing. I've seen 2 of these movies. I thought they've both been really good. So, as far as I'm concerned, you have the benefit of the doubt.
Sure.
Until you give me a bad one, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. That's how it works.
Sure. All right. Well, I'll tell you where you can find the music. You go to Spotify, you go to Apple Music, wherever you get your music, Deezer perhaps, and you search The Royds, and you'll find 2 albums and a Christmas song and a bunch of podcast songs. Now, if you were to want to see listen to every single podcast song, that is on TheRoyds.bandcamp.com, where there's well over 200 songs. Check it out and leave a 5-star review wherever you do that. Robbie, what about the socials?
You can go to Instagram. You could go to X. You could go to Threads. You can go to TikTok. You type in TheRoydsBand, there we are. You could also send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. You could request a movie, give us some feedback, tell us how you like the songs.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm forgetting something at this moment for some reason, but you should also give us a 5-star review. There we go. On anything you're listening to. 5-star review. If you're listening to the podcast on YouTube, comment below. Let us know what you thought of the songs. You can't see me. This is an audio medium, but I'm pointing below.
He is. I can verify that.
Yeah, it's true. I don't lie. I've never lied. Oh, my nose just grew.
Oh, no.
I'm Pinocchio.
Oh, no. Well, thank you so much for listening. Tell your friends. Word of mouth is very important. Word of mouse is very important. Word of Klaus is very important. Yeah, we really appreciate you. Come back next week for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Rock and roll. Bye, everybody.
Rock and roll. We'll see you later.